mess indeed.
This is just what we've been dealing with since about, oh gosh, 6 o'clock this morning, a little earlier. All of this rain that has come through. So you can see on the left side of your screen, that is our tower cam this morning. You can barely see the buildings. And then of course our radar that shows you exactly where that rain is. It has been a very busy morning for our meteorologists.
And it's moving. You can see that trek there. It just keeps coming down in some of these same areas, which is why these places are being inundated in rain, and we're seeing flooding because of that.
Yeah, we're going to get to the normal morning fun stuff that we always do, but this is really important, so we want to get you posted. We're going to get to Al in just a second. He's going to update us on where the rain is, but we wanted to show you some video and some pictures that we have gotten in from all over the area first to give you a picture of exactly what's happening out there. So here's where our Christy O'Connor is this morning. We've got to show you this video that she tweeted. Look at this. 23 people rescued from floodwaters at the Hiddenite family campground, and we have seen this area flood before, so this certainly is not new, but this is a mess. Several people rescued. Actually, the update is 33 people rescued, and they're still keeping an eye on things and trying to see if there's anybody more there. This is just a mess in Hiddenite this morning.
Yeah, gosh, Alexander County. So from Alexander, let's go over to Burke County. I want to show you the scene off of Mineral Springs Mountain Road. Our Steve Onosorge has been out there. There's a mudslide that has shut down the roadway. There's just a mess there. And this is some of that video looking at it closer on scene, but something currently that's going to take a little bit to clean up, and we got to get this rain out of the way before we can do that. Also in Burke County, let's go over to Howard's Creek. This is along that creek there, which looks way more like a river or just a pool of water as that river is rising fast and going out of its banks. And of course, this is a scene we're seeing in many counties this morning.
Yeah, David Wisnett was in North Iredell this morning, and he tweeted some video that came out of there. A rescue, you see there, 3 people, 3 dogs rescued as waters were quickly rising. This is Morgan Ford Road in North Iredell, and again, emergency crews very, very busy out there as we continue to see all of this flooding continue.
Yeah, and there's a scene also along Sam Fur Road between North Cross Drive and Lindham Drive. Look at the center of your screen. Yeah. That water that is just over the road, making it impassable. And it's a scene that we keep saying it's all over counties, but the concern is, again, if you came up on that and you think, oh, it's maybe not that bad, I'm going to drive through, and we always hear, no, turn around, don't drown, don't try to go through it, because these crews are trying to get through these reports as fast as they can.
Yeah, Sam Fur is closed between North Cross Drive and Lindholm Drive, if that is your neck of the woods. So let's get over to meteorologist Al Kunklin. He has been following this morning. Al, what a massive amount of rain in a short amount of time.
And that is exactly what it is. That right there, Kristen, is the definition of a flash flood. Now, you just showed North Mac. Now, this is actually West Charlotte. This is Stewart Creek at Southwest Boulevard between NC 16 and I-85. And I watched this just in the last 20 minutes. That water has come up, and yet we have cars that are trying to cross there. Meantime, let me go back to that. Jonathan is going to help me out here real quickly and show. He's going to take us now over to East Charlotte, and this is Masonic Drive at Briar Creek, and this car's been parked there, and this is going to be a problem. Other cars apparently trying to make it through there. That is a mistake. Good news for Burke County. The heaviest of the rain has ended there in Caldwell. Alexander, it's on the way out, but unfortunately all counties to the east, we still have ongoing rain, meaning we're adding to the flood warnings. All of these dark shaded counties are flood warnings, active flood warnings, and you're getting set for these to get going east of Charlotte in just a couple of minutes. Salisbury down to Concord, Kannapolis into Mecklenburg, still heavy rain back to the west, but here's the most intense rain is now in East Meck over here towards the ring of 485, Mint Hill Matthews, down towards Weddington, and this extends down approaching Ballantyne. Still getting lightning here as well, and that means big downpours. I put this into motion, and you can see from West Charlotte, again, it's a little bit lighter. East of Charlotte, though, it is a lot heavier, and so I say get set for big downpours coming your way. Wadesboro, Chesterfield, Lancaster, you're likely going to see warnings coming out in the next bit. So when's this going to end? That's the big question. 10 o'clock, we see it still on top of Charlotte, but back to the west, we're starting to get better conditions, improving conditions here as we go towards 11 o'clock. The back end is up to 321, and then by late afternoon, this will be clearing the area. Not to say that we're going to clear out, but the rain will be much, much lighter, but ongoing flooding, ladies, will be a problem for a while. It's just too much rain, and it's got to work through the system. So flood watches, flood warnings, and road closures, I think, will be an issue for quite some time to come. We'll keep you posted. Back over to you.
Yeah, Al, holler if you see anything that we need to let people know about. We appreciate you hopping on there. I know it's a busy morning. We're going to keep folks really in the loop all morning long. So if you're watching, stick with us. Anything that happens that is significant, we are going to pop back on and share it with you right away. I'm waiting on a tweet actually from Mark Davenport. He's where there are some more road closures. So we'll get to that when we have it.
All right, we're going to take a deep breath too.
Whew, what a morning.
Did you know, I mean, other than the flooding, you know what else is going on? It's National Pizza with the Works Except Anchovies Day.
Pizza with the works except anchovies.
That's how I feel about this day.
2020.
I give up, right? But it was funny because it led us to ask the question, what would be the 2 worst toppings to put on a pizza? So some of you already weighing in, but just go ahead and go to Facebook and Twitter and let us know so we can check in throughout the show.
What would yours be?
Worst? Oh, anchovies for sure. And lemon? I don't know.
I would rather have anchovies than ham and pineapple. Don't at me. I know some of you love it. I know you are one of them.
That's my favorite thing in the world to put on a pizza. So anyway, but we'll get to that later.
Send us some answers. It'll give us a little levity in a crazy morning.
Yeah.
This is going to give you a little levity too. Look at this thing that Crate and Barrel's trying to pass off as a holiday decoration. This is a hanging branch. For like almost $90.
Jax picked up one of those the other day and tried to bring it in the house actually, and now I know I could have sold it for 90 bucks.
Pottery Barn has one too. It's $150. You know why it's more?
Why?
Because it's pre-lit. How many lights could you put on the hanging branch?
Also, go get the branch out of your backyard and wrap it with some lights.
That's what I said to Heidi this morning, producer Heidi. I said, I'll just go for a walk in the woods this weekend and grab you one for $5.
I don't understand.
That's crazy.
Like, how did that become a thing?
For
$90.
A hanging branch.
Sadly, we got all this rain. We're going to have a lot of hanging branches all around our area.
That's true. Everybody go out and make yourself a hanging branch after this is all over today.
Oh, man. This blew my mind as well when you shared this morning.
So you remember the murder hornets?
How could we forget?
Right. And the nest that they found in Washington State.
Disturbing.
And they got all the murder hornets out of there. And they're like, oh, there were a couple of queens in there. Oh, no. It could have made 200 queens out of this one nest.
Oh, look at
200 queens. So this is an article I was reading on CNN this morning. So, okay. So they think nearly 200 queens were produced from this single nest. As they looked deeper into it, they were able to vacuum out 85 hornets. Most of them were workers with 2 queens. But after they opened up the center of the tree, they found a ton more inside, okay? 100 capped cells with little, like, not yet hornets that were going to be queens, they think. And each of those queens could have made a new nest. So it was like a queen factory, this one nest. They say they caught it just in time, or it would have been a total disaster.
So I'm not claiming to know a whole lot about how all that works, but I just always thought there was 1 queen per nest. So when you're like, there's 200 being factorized in there.
I think it would have been one or 2 queens per nest.
So.
But they had to make all the queens first. So this was like this is like a science fiction movie. This was like the factory for queens. And then they made a factory for queens, and then they sent all the queens. They were going to send all the queens out to make their own nests and then be Murder Hornet Central. 200 murder hornet nests.
You need to do story time with kids next time.
All the queens.
All the queens. They're going out.
Isn't that crazy though?
It is, and that could be a horror film, The Queens. That's what we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
We'll work on that.
Yeah,
We're working on our homework movie.
We'll keep you posted because, man, murder hornets.
but totally different and wonderfully awesome if you like sushi. How about a flamin' hot Cheetos roll? Yeah, it's a thing. Okay.
That looks good, actually.
So a sushi and snack combo here, courtesy of He Show Sushi, which is right here in Charlotte.
You
right
said
off
that
Steel
really
Creek
well.
Road.
That's hard to say.
Oh, well, thanks.
Say it again.
He Show Sushi.
It's really good.
I did. Oh, I almost messed it up that time. I got nervous.
You did good, though.
Because you said it. Okay, so they're combining Fire and Ice Fusion. It has spicy imitation crab, avocado, cream cheese, and cucumber on the inside, and is wrapped in crushed flamin' hot Cheetos. The rush of heat is then topped with mayo and oil. So this has gone national. People are talking about this, but what's really cool is obviously He Show is right here in Charlotte, and they've been doing this for 20 years. Typically they package for, grocery stores or medical facilities or hospitals, like things like that.
I think airport, they do.
Yes, the airport. I think they're really close to the airport as well, where the location is. So anyway, we just thought, like, what a combo. I'll say this. I can't do the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and my mouth like burns, and I'm like, ugh. But if it was regular Cheetos, I would do it. Would you?
I think I would try that because I think the cream cheese cools it off and the avocado cools it off. So there's like a nice, the hands are out of control today. There's like a nice combo of the hot, but then the cooling effect of the other things.
Well, that's what we need. Okay. Some sushi. Some hot Cheeto sushi.
Want to tell the people what's next?
I do. A lot of new spots opening at Camp Northern, including a new craft brewery coming up. We're talking to one of the co-owners of Free Range Brewing about the new location.
And Mary, I want you to tell everybody about this video that you tweeted out just a second ago.
Yeah, Shannon Stowe, a viewer in Gaston County, sending this. This is the South Fork Catawba River right off 8th Avenue as it continues to rise. She's got concerns. Of course, we all do. That river out of its banks this morning as well with all this rain. We are keeping an eye on the flooding for you. We're going to keep you posted here as we get more video and images in throughout the morning. Our Steve Onosorge literally just 15 seconds ago tweeting out some new video. I want to show you. It's Highway 1864. This is between Morganton and the Lenoir area. It's shut down, and well, you can see why. It's more like a river or a lake there over the roadway instead of it being a passable roadway. That's a major road for that area. So this is just not unique to one county. This is all over the viewing area.
No, and we say turn around, don't drown. We really mean it. We've seen roads washed out by this thing today, and you just don't know what's under that water. We've been checking on Christy O'Connor this morning. She has been at that Heidi family campground, and it is pouring where she is now. But Christy, tell us a little bit about where you are and what you have seen. Are the rescues still taking place this morning? I know there have been some.
Yes, there have been some, Kristen. I can tell you I arrived at the Hidden Night Family Campground at about 8 o'clock this morning, and as soon as I pulled in, there was a pickup truck that was coming out of the campground. The bed of that pickup truck filled with people. They looked disheveled, soaking wet. You can see why. It's been raining this heavy, if not heavier, all morning, and I just got down to the edge of the South Yadkin, which is really where this campground is, along the South Yadkin River. But this is the last half hour or so is where I'm getting a closer look at just how high these floodwaters are. You can see some of these campground areas are, the water's up to the door, covering cars. You can see on the ground here, I'm looking at a playground that's a little bit out of the shot there, but it's almost completely covered with water. And the Mooresville Fire Chief has been talking to us throughout the morning, and he did confirm to me that they have rescued 33 people so far, and they do not know if there are any more people that do need to be rescued, but they are still out here. There were 5 boat crews out on the water this morning. I've seen them go back and forth since I've been down closer to the river. I have not yet seen any of the boats bring anybody out since I've been down here, which is the last time that we confirmed that there were 33 people who have been rescued, but I'm told they will be out here for most of the day searching for anybody else. Back to you.
All right, Christy, thank you. I know you'll be out there most of the morning as well. And if you see anything else, let us know, and we will definitely bring it to the folks here on the air. We want to show you one more little piece of video. Our Mark Davenport, when he was driving into work this morning, posted this video. This is West Boulevard near Billy Graham Parkway. You can see if you look really closely how much water is there. His tweet says if the flooding weren't enough, a water main also burst, and there's a lot of water pouring out now. You'll see in a second on the left-hand side of your screen where the water is bubbling up from that water main that burst, but you can see that part of West Boulevard near Billy Graham is shut down. Police blocking the area because there is just no safe way to get through it. So here comes, you can see on the left-hand side there where that water is bubbling up from the ground. So this is just the issue that we're seeing really all over the place this morning. It's not just the foothills. It's not just the mountain areas. It's here in Charlotte as well. So we'll keep you posted. Hey, we wanted to bring you some new video that we just got in. Remember a little bit ago we told you about this rescue on Morgan Ford Road in North Iredell. 3 people, 3 dogs rescued from that area. This is new video our David Wisnett sent in. You can see the scene there after the rescue. It is warm out there, but after you've been in the water like that, it sure does feel cold. We're getting new information, new video in from all over our area, from the foothills to the city of Charlotte and off to the east as well. So as new video comes in, we're going to bring it to you here in the 9 o'clock hour. Mary, over to you.
All right, we're still talking about Thanksgiving. Gosh, 2 weeks away now, and even though your table may not be as full as in years past, you'll still want to have that nice meal, of course, and that includes dessert, which we all love, right? Well, Samantha Allen is the owner and executive pastry chef at Wentworth and Finn, and she is joining us live this morning. Good morning, Samantha.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing well, and I hope you are as well. And I told you, Samantha, in the break, I have never done a pie from scratch before. This is not my thing. So you're really, truly going to walk us through this morning, correct?
Yes.
All
So
right.
you'll have your pie dough, and
Okay.
which ours is actually more of a sweeter pie dough that I
Okay.
gave you. So it's not a traditional pie dough.
Okay.
But what you're going to do is just make sure that it is completely to room temperature, and you're going to make sure it's a little bit molded together in a circle,
Yes.
because it's going to roll out much easier.
Okay.
And you can either have a floured surface.
Uh-huh.
You can use 2 pieces of parchment paper or plastic wrap, whatever you have on hand. There's
Okay.
no right or wrong way, as long as it rolls out nicely.
Okay.
And so what you're going to do is take your circle of pie dough, and you're going to roll at a consistent area, so that way it is all even, and then you're going to rotate it.
Okay, so I'm turning the actual dough itself. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
And how much do you want to roll it before you actually turn it?
So I would give it at least 2 or 3 passes, and
Okay.
then roll it, turn it.
2 or 3. Okay.
2 or 3 passes, and
Got
then
it.
turn it again.
All right. Do you have a preference whether the floured surface or a parchment paper? Is there one that turns out better, you think?
I personally like the parchment paper just because it's less mess, but
Yes, I made a mess.
some people really like, just having the flour or powdered sugar and rolling it out. So either way, it's truly your preference.
Okay, and I don't want to break this or mess it up. How far should I be spreading this out?
So we roll ours out to about a 1/4 inch.
So that the thickness is about a 1/4 inch.
Correct.
Okay, and if I'm getting some breaks in the pie crust, what should I do then?
So you can just kind of bring it back together with your hands. The heat from your hands should help keep it together.
My hot hands right here helping this work. Okay, awesome. And then, so how much, I think I'm getting closer to a 1/4 inch here, but ultimately I'd want to fill the bottom of the pan. Is that right?
Correct. And so me personally, I hate pie tins, and I also I don't want to give our customers just this tin to take home. If I could give everyone a pie in a glass dish, I would, but since I can't, I actually put ours in a cake pan.
Oh.
And I just so same thing. And the way that this crust is, it pops right out of the tin, which is great. And so I have ours to where I have a small edge around the pie, so that way the filling goes in, the crust doesn't fall when you par bake it, which is really nice. And then if you even have a springform pan, that's fine too. And this one is our chocolate fudge pie in the pan.
Oh, that looks so good. And we've got one of your pies out here as well, which looks delightful. Now, if I throw that in the pan, is there a way to make the crust special? I don't have the pan with me right now.
No, that's fine. So what you'll do is you can either roll the crust back, or I just simply pick ours up and place it in, and then I move it around and make sure that it is completely touching the bottom base of the pan.
Okay.
And if you have a paring knife, or I have a bunch of pastry only razors where we will go around the edge and clean it up, and then just make sure that everything is completely together in the pie tin or cake pan.
That makes complete sense, Samantha. Hey, I want to talk about the new front here, the storefront at Camp North End, so we don't miss that. I know you're excited. Tell me about getting that up there and where folks can find you at this. Obviously, it's the redesign there.
Yeah, so once the last pie goes out on the 25th, we will actually be shutting down until the 2nd. The 3rd, we will have our re-grand opening, if you will. The front space was originally intended to be an event space, but COVID came and, we just had to readjust, and that's fine. But we have a pastry counter being built. There's going to be some really amazing touches in the space, but we will have all seasonal pastries, breads, Hex coffee will be featured. All of our shirts will be from McFly. It's all staying within the Camp fam. And if you don't know about Camp North End, it is right outside of Uptown. Literally, you could probably throw a rock to Uptown. But it's amazing because you kind of feel like you're away from North Carolina. You don't feel like you're in the city. And it's all spread out, so it's very COVID friendly. And we're really excited to have everyone come and see the new space.
The new space, I know, I love it. You guys have been there about 3 years now. And so, Samantha, before we finish, you have an incredible list of holiday pies and pumpkin spice, bourbon and pecan, apple crumb, chocolate fudge, zesty lemon. I was sad to learn that Thanksgiving is full, but you told me that we could also get it for Christmas. Is that correct? When can we put those orders in?
Correct. We are now accepting Christmas orders. I hate that we ran out of space for the Thanksgiving pies, but for me, it's quality over quantity. And I want to make sure everybody's stuff is amazing on their Thanksgiving table that they can take credit for. But we will be having Christmas orders open until probably sell out again. So I would say if you miss Thanksgiving, definitely get your order in for Christmas.
Fantastic. And you can do that now, right? Right now?
Absolutely.
Samantha Allen with Wentworth and Finn. Thank you so much. There's their website. So get those orders in right now.